Today we'll be talking about Fruit de la Passion by the Club, coming right up. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm your host John, and for today's shave we're using a recent release from the shaving shop and club, and that is Fruit de la Passion. We have the soap here in the Kaizen 2 base, as well as the matching aftershave splash. This soap has passion fruit take center stage as far as the scent composition, but we'll get more into that just a little bit. Let me show you what else we got for today's shave. First up for the razor is one I'll be using for this week of shaves. It is a razor I have from a pass round from my friend Tonality of Reddit, and that is the Blutt razor. The Blutt razor is a stainless steel razor made in Switzerland. It's CNC machined. It's got 3 different plates, and based on Tonality's recommendation, I'll be starting on the biggest gap of the 3. That's the 0.99 millimeter, and I have it loaded up with a Gillette silver blue blade. As for my brush, I have a custom one from Mozingo Brushworks, and this one I've called Maleficent. The colors are a little hard to pick up because it's a very dark brush, but it's got primarily black with swirls of purple and green. One that I feel like really complements the soap for today. So that's the brush we're gonna go with. Before I lather up, just a quick look at the packaging here. One thing I want to note is some of the labels I've got on some recent soaps from the club seem to kind of be too thick or something, which causes some of the edges here to kind of be warping upwards. So I'll be a little bit worried about leaving maybe this label, in a steamy, moist bathroom. It's not on all the labels, but I did notice it also with my tub of Club Baccarat. I'm not sure if it's a matter of what kind of paper, sticker, whatever is being used for the label itself, but it's a very quality soap that a lot of wet shavers have come to love, and I think just some of the messiness with the labels, sometimes the bubbling can get worse and worse over time. I would love to see some improvements there if possible. But that's enough about the gripe about the label. Let's give you the scent strength off the tub here. Now I would say that's a 6 or 7 out of 10. I do quite like this scent, and we'll go into the note breakdown and all that good stuff. Let me start with loading up the brush, and we'll come back for the face lather. If you'd like to help the channel, please like, share, and subscribe if you're not already a subscriber. These are all easy ways to support and grow the channel if you're enjoying what you're watching. I'd also like to invite you all to come check out the new Lather Talk Discord server. It's a great place to chat and hang out with your fellow wet shaving enthusiasts. Alright, so I'm working with 2 days worth of beard growth. We've got the brush loaded up. I forgot to mention, this is a 24 millimeter Maggard's SHD knot. That's in the brush right here. Very soft tips and very nice density. Still a really solid knot for those who want to put in their own, own knots in their brush handles. One thing to mention is this is my second shave with the soap. I did one live shave over on Instagram almost a week ago, or just under a week ago, and I comically loaded too much soap. Kaizen 2, you don't need too much of it. And so I kind of had soap for days. Alright, so we're lathered and ready to go through the magic of editing. You can see it's developed a nice creamy lather here. Kaizen 2 and really Kaizen 1, I don't differentiate too much between the two, but soap from the club, A&D, whichever sub-brand you want to go by, easily within my top 5 artisan shave soaps. So again, we're going in with the Blutt razor. This will be my first shave. I think I'll come back and share my thoughts, and we'll talk more about this razor. I'm sure not a lot of information is out there. They're relatively new, but we'll do a deeper dive in a future video. But I gotta start somewhere, and I want to get a few shaves in with this. hopefully with different base plates, before I share more information with you. But of course, I'll be giving you some impressions of how this razor does today. Mostly we'll be talking about the soap, Fruit de la Passion. So let's get in with the shave, enough blabbering. Right. Well, I'm liking the feel of this. Tonality had told me that this is leans on the milder side, and that while mild, this 0.99 base plate would offer the most efficiency, and it's feeling good so far. One thing I did want to cover is the long list of scent notes in this soap. So let's go with that list. It starts off with passion fruit, passion flower, cinnamon leaf, fig leaf, green herbaceous notes, black pepper, blackberry, light florals, ylang ylang, coriander seed, Australian sandalwood, and lastly, Himalayan cedar. And to my nose, well, first let's talk about passion fruit, because I think tropical fruits have a very distinct kind of, there's a commonality between mango, star fruit. Depending on where you live, they might either be really familiar to you or completely foreign. Depends how much you like fruit too. But passion fruit, I quite like. It's easily found when we visit my wife's family over in Hawaii. And passion fruit, also known as lilikoi, whether it's the juice or just familiar with that scent, it's more common there. And the way I would describe passion fruit is it's got a sweet tropical fruit vibe. It's got a musky character to it, and it's got some kind of a natural floral note that's mixed in there, whether you're smelling it or tasting the fruit itself. And I think that breakdown of just what at the heart of it, what passion fruit is, that really kind of communicates a lot about what this soap scent is all about. And yeah, there's there's woods, there's the straight up kind of the more generic green herbaceousness. That's definitely there. And I think it helps keep the scent from being too sweet. I know a few folks are wondering, how sweet is this scent? I would say the greenness and the floralness really help rein in the sweet characteristics of it, and it really makes for a very enjoyable scent. Okay, now going in for the second pass. So this is a really great scent. I had my wife take a sniff off the tub as well. She was a fan. And I do think Peter Charkalis, the artisan behind the club, is very happy with how the scent came out. I think plans are obviously the soap currently is only available to the VIP members. It's going to roll out to the mainstream market soon. I don't think a date was given, but soon enough. And I think plans are to really make this sort of a flagship scent amongst the lineup. And where I would say other scents from A&E, the club, that have kind of occupied that space, I mostly go to Asian Plum, which I absolutely love that scent. And both, I guess both have a polarizing nature to it. Some people found Asian Plum to be too floral. I think they might say the same here too. And I did mention that passion fruit and some tropical fruits kind of have a little bit of the best way to put it is a musky characteristic to it. That might not be for everyone. That being said, it's a very, whether it's Asian plum from a few years back, or if Peter does run with this one going forward, it makes a statement. And I think that's better than picking something that's kind of middle of the road or just very basic to appeal to everyone. I think it's a good call to move forward with something that has a distinct point of view that might not necessarily be for everyone, but I think most people will find at least interesting or interesting to try. Now, I don't usually cover too much actual, quote unquote shave drama. I would be doing a disservice if I did mention that this scent kind of was born out of a little bit of a falling out from a past project between the shaving shop and Barrister and Man. And while I won't go into super detail, again, it's a falling out. They had a soap called Passiflora. If you're looking for more details on what happened there, you can go to your favorite search engine and look up Passiflora. But that was a passion fruit, central scent that came out in the past. Had one run. Passion fruit, you really don't see too much of it. So if folks were wondering if there's any connection, yeah, there's shared history there. And even currently, Barrister and Man has a passion fruit forward scent called Citricuya that was made for, I think, Southwest Florida Shavers Group. That one might even still be available as far as the recording of this video. And even older soaps that had come out in the past, like Soap Makers of Austintown, all of them featured this note of passion fruit. All right, now going for the third and final pass here, doing some cleanup. But to kind of, offer my take on this scent, I think it's a great one. I think it's worth trying, whether or not you have a reference point for passion fruit. I think who might not enjoy this as much is if you don't like overly green scents. That green floralness is certainly present. It is secondary though to the fruit. But if you don't like fruity scents or you don't like tropical fruit scents, then I would say probably skip this one. For me personally, I mentioned how there's sweetness in here, but it is balanced by other notes. That's what I'm looking for. Kind of a bunch of things I like, but in the right proportions to each other. So I really like how this scent came out. Enough so where in my first shave, I experienced some tingling, which is another way just to, tingling, burning sensations are usually some sort of allergic reaction. And while it was more prominent in the previous shave, I was told also where I used the Omega Evo synthetic brush, where those bristles after prolonged face lathering can also leave a little bit of brush burn. So I think that kind of contributed to it. In my first shave, I was worried because that's how much I like the scent. I'm not going to keep anything around that's really irritating my skin. So I have to say I'm a bit relieved that in this second shave, I'm really not experiencing that much at all. All right, so a very nice shave today with the Blutt razor and with the Club Fruit de la Passion. Always really like this soap base. Very creamy. It's a fun soap to lather. It could certainly take a lot of water as well. So let's wrap things up here with the matching splash. one thing that I do, I've got to realize. So I'm shaving here after an evening shower. So my skin was kind of prepped already, but a lot of the club soaps, A&D soaps, are very strongly scented. And so I go very light with the aftershave splash, because soaps like Khalifa was another one that I used a few videos ago. If I splash that on at night, like 4 or 5 pours of it, that'll last like seemingly like 10-12 hours. That's also a very like potent scent as well. But all right, so after using the aftershave, and the soap, it does stay at that kind of 6-7 out of 10 scent strength. So it's strong, but I don't think it's overpowering. I think that balance really makes this scent worth checking out, especially if you're a fan of the Kaizen 2 base. I personally really enjoy this scent. I think it's a great choice for warm weather, spring or summer. The fruitiness, floral, greenness, really just makes you picture blooming flowers, fresh ripened fruit on the trees, all that good stuff. I also do want to hear from you guys, especially if you've used Fruit de la Passion. Let me know in the comments below what your experience is with this scent. Well, that's gonna do it for today, guys. Thank you so much for your time, for stopping by and watching this video. I do really appreciate your time and your support. I hope you guys have a great day. I'll catch you next time. Take care.